guys, it's Sheila Shimmers. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're trying out a new foundation. It's been kind of like a testing type of week because I'm working from home, so it's really easy for me to just apply this on, leave it on all day while I'm working, and just, give you guys an actual update. I feel like I actually have time to get ready in the morning because I don't have to like put on clothes and there's like less stress, you know what I mean? So this one is the by Beauty Changemaker Supercharged Micellar Foundation. So this is how it looks like right here. This is a box, and I did choose the shade M55. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it up. I feel like the by Beauty always has like really nice packaging. This is how it looks like right here. It's just kind of this squeezy tube, and it's really cool. It's kind of like sticky. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. This one is like matte and nice, and then this part right here is kind of like sticky and rubbery. I don't know if you guys can hear. Supercharged Micellar Foundation, and then my shade number on the back. And it just has this really nice like neutral pinkish tones that I really like. So you're gonna unscrew this little cap, and this is the tube right there. I kind of do enjoy squeezy tubes. I feel like it gives you a little more just control over what you use, but sometimes it gets stuck in there and then you get too much product and it's just a mess sometimes, but I do enjoy them for the most part. So it comes in 32 shades. It retails for $39.50. Not cheap. It's not cheap. It brings 1 fluid ounce, and like I said, I have shade M55. And it said it's a clean, long-wearing foundation with gentle micellar technology that mimics skin texture for a natural, flawless finish. It is medium coverage and natural finish. Obviously, it's a liquid foundation. It is good for normal, dry combination and oily skin, which I have dry. And it says that it has maqui berry, an antioxidant-rich ingredient that helps nurture your complexion, and micellar technology, which I didn't know what it was until I read this. It says that it genuinely mimics the skin texture for a smooth, non-cakey look. It is vegan, cruelty-free, and gluten-free. So that is pretty much everything that it says. So I'm super excited. I'm gonna go ahead and just apply half of my face with a little sponge, and then half of my face with a brush. I'm gonna do left sponge, right brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and also prime my face. So I've been using this Good Molecules silicone-free priming moisturizer, and I have been loving it. So this is what I'm going to be using just because I know how it performs, and also because I haven't applied any moisturizer yet. So that's what we're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this kind of like on this area right here. I'm not going to go too close under my eyes because, as you can see, I did already apply some makeup there. I am doing like kind of like a beginner how to apply your eyeshadow video. So if you're interested, even if you're not a beginner, I feel like there's some tips there that you can definitely benefit from. So go ahead and check out that video. I'm going to start with the sponge side because it's my favorite side usually. So I'm going to put like this much right there. This is the Haley's Beauty sponge, by the way. I love it. Okay, I think this shade is actually nice. And that did cover up a lot, I feel like. At least a lot of the redness is gone. But I definitely need to go ahead and build it up because I feel like the more I blend it, the more like my skin is like soaking it, or like the sponge is soaking it. So I'm applying the same amount right here. I'm going over that. Okay. Now I see some coverage. So it's definitely really easy to build from what I'm seeing. It's just building really nicely, and I feel like the more that you go over it with the sponge, the more the sponge is soaking it. It's kind of incredible. Okay, so there you can see, I would definitely say that this is medium coverage, and I've applied maybe like what is equal to like 1 pump. So I'm going to go ahead and just apply the brush side as well. I'm going to be using this Tarte brush. It's my favorite for foundation. So I'm going in with this much. Okay, I feel like the brush side is definitely giving me more coverage, but it's not blending as easily as the sponge side. I'm just gonna keep going. Okay, so I'm gonna apply a little bit more just so I can match it to the other side, but so far I feel like they have the same coverage, and I did apply a lot with the sponge, so the sponge definitely soaks some of this up. I'm really liking the texture of this though, like this actually looks nice. Okay, I feel like I'm comfortable with the brush side because I feel like it's not, like once you get to that medium coverage, it kind of like doesn't go anywhere from there. So I'm putting a little bit more on the sponge side, and I'm just gonna go over these little areas right here where I feel like I need a little more. I feel like it just doesn't like when you kind of swipe it, because there's a little bit of redness here that I feel like I want to go over with this just because I like this smooth side better than this. So I'm gonna go ahead right here just on this little area to see if I can cover that redness, and also on my nose. I don't know. I mean, I kind of give it credit because I feel like my blemishes are really red, especially after I apply like moisturizer or any kind of product over top of my skin, like skincare. I feel like the redness was covered really nicely, but I can definitely still see some of my blemishes, and I feel like I have a lot of foundation on right now. Like I did apply quite a bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and just apply a little bit of concealer and see if I can cover a little bit of this. I just wish that the coverage was just a tiny bit more, and I'm being really skeptical and like hard on this foundation because I feel like it's $39, so it's not cheap. And I feel like the finish of it is very natural. It reminds me a lot of the NYX Born to Glow. So if you're looking for something like this that is not 40 bucks, definitely get this one. So far, I feel like the more I talk, the more this foundation is kind of like sinking into my skin and like becoming more smooth. I kind of don't see any like pore areas. I don't see any fine lines and wrinkles so far. So I like it. I'm going to be just applying a little bit of concealer. I've talked my ass off and some part of it wasn't even being recorded. So yeah. I'm going to be using the Born This Way concealer by Too Faced, and I'm just going to be putting it a little bit underneath my eyes. I feel like the shade of the foundation is really nice. So I'm just going to be putting a little bit here and a little bit here so we can cover all this up. I'm trying to be really hard on the foundation because I feel like it's not an inexpensive foundation, but at the same time I feel like it did a really nice job because the blemishes that I have are really, really red. And I feel like when I apply any type of skincare, like right after I cleanse my face or apply moisturizer, that is when it's like the more red. So throughout the day, it'll probably go down a little bit, but I feel like it's applying just nicely. Guys, I don't know what is going on with my foundation, but do you guys see this? Like, do you guys see how it's like kind of breaking apart? And it looks terrible. Like it actually looks terrible. So when I apply the concealer, it's doing this really weird thing on my nose. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's like coming off all over here. Do you guys see that? Like it's rubbing off all over my nose. I don't know if it's because it's not liking the concealer. And I'm just gonna keep kind of tapping it until that goes away, but that doesn't happen to me like ever. A ton of it, like I feel like I have a lot of foundation on my face, and also like I applied some concealer here. It didn't really cover it. It's kind of like rubbing off on my nose. There's some parts I really love about it, like the fact that my skin looks so nice, that the texture of my skin looks really nice, and also the color of the foundation looks really nice. But I feel like I'm going through a lot of trouble here. I don't know what it is. I'm going to go ahead and quickly set this before anything else happens. I'm going to be using the Science Cosmetics setting powder in the shade Lumiere. I mean, I've been using this sponge forever, so it can't be the sponge, right? Like, I'd be really weirded out if it just like doesn't like beauty sponges. I'm going to set around the nose just because I don't want it to keep like coming off. Now that everything is done, it's definitely looking really nice. I'm going to go and check around my nose. I have a little bit of dryness right here, but that's nothing crazy. But now I'm going to finish up the rest of my makeup. I'm going to fast forward this part, and then I'll let you guys know how everything is looking. Now I'm kind of liking it, but I did struggle there a little bit. So now that everything is on, I am loving how this foundation is looking, but I'm not gonna lie, I did struggle there. Like, I don't know if I'm supposed to do a second video, like second application on this video. I'm like really tempted to do it because I don't think that, I mean, I did mess up somehow. I don't know how, but I used something that this foundation did not like. But so far, it's looking really nicely. I'm gonna go ahead, come a little closer so you guys can see like how nice it's looking on my skin. Like, I'm actually really impressed of how it looks, but the application part did not like. Okay, so right now it's 8 in the morning and I'm gonna wear this throughout the day. I'm gonna let you guys know how it's wearing. But like I said, there's something weird on what I did. Something weird. It'd be a good time to do a check-in. It's been about 4 hours since I applied the foundation, and I have to say that it kind of like turned around because it started really badly, but honestly this looks really bomb on my skin. I love the fact that the areas that I did set are still looking super matte and super nice. Even though I lost all that coverage on my nose when I reapplied it, it kind of like stayed, and now I don't have any like, you know, areas on my nose where I don't have foundation. It is just cracking a tiny little bit around my nose on my left side, but not so much on my right side. My right side seems to be fine. I do have dry skin, so I don't tend to be a little oily throughout the day. I just kind of like get a little bit more dewy. But so far, it still looks pretty matte to me and like really nice. It's not pulling or anything, so it doesn't feel like a super matte foundation because it's not. It's supposed to be like natural finish. And if I feel like if I didn't set it, it would look much more natural than it looks right now. But so far, this looks really flawless. Also, the coverage, I feel like it looks so much better than when I first applied it as well. I'm still seeing some things peeking through because like we said, we couldn't just build this up for some reason. And I don't know if it was like the sponge that I used that just didn't agree with the foundation, but I'm gonna try it with something else because I do definitely love the foundation. Like, it actually impressed me a lot now that I'm looking at it like a couple of hours later. And I'm like, wow, that looks really nice. But I don't know what happened in my application, what I did. Are you guys like getting tired of watching my videos where my makeup just doesn't go anywhere and there's nothing to tell? Because right now we're just home during this coronavirus epidemic and I have really nothing to do. I've spent my time just like cooking, eating a lot, and just editing some videos and working. So I just finished working maybe 2 hours ago. I've worn this for about 8 hours. 8 hours? No, 9 hours. So yeah, 9 hours. So this is how it's looking. I pretty much think that nothing really has changed. There's a little fine line here on the side of my cheek, but other than that, I'm just seeing like little lines everywhere, but nothing too crazy. I feel like for 9 hours, this is actually pretty nice. So I still don't know how I feel about them. I don't want to tell you guys that I love this or that I hate this based on what happened when I first put it on, but there's like, I feel like I need to do some kind of experimenting with this because I did really enjoy the result. I feel like it lasted really nice on my skin. It definitely lasted all day. I mean, even my lipstick is there, and I've eaten a lot of stuff, including like a whole bowl of chili. So yeah, but so far I feel like it looks really nice. I really like the texture of my skin when I have this on, but like I said, I don't know what happened on the application, so I think I'm gonna do like kind of maybe an upcoming video where I update you guys on how I feel about it, or maybe I can just let you guys know in the description box and I can update it next time I use this, because this video is probably gonna go up tomorrow. So yeah, this is gonna be the video, guys. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you are thinking about purchasing this foundation, I would definitely recommend it. I would just suggest that maybe you apply it with a brush first and then go in with a sponge. Or I don't know if it was just this sponge in particular that the foundation just didn't like, but that has never happened to me before, so I don't know what that could have been. It could have been the primer, but that would be weird because it doesn't have silicone, so I don't know what ingredient could be in here. It doesn't have it on the back. I don't know what ingredient could be in here that the foundation just didn't mix well with. So this is going to be the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, please don't forget to subscribe below, like this video, and I will see you guys on my next one. Bye.